Okay, so I'm a bookworm. I love books. That's been a staple for me in the course of my entire life. Lots of books here. But most of them are um, books on corporate strategy. I love the subject of strategy. I've devoted most of my adult life, um, on the subject of strategy, understanding, trying to study and understand the subject of strategy. Now, this is the Bible on corporate strategy. First day in business school in the UK, my professor got into class, dropped this book, very dramatic, about that on the table and said, "You want to know anything about corporate strategy? Then this book is a must-have." We only had one textbook, and it was this one. Um, the way the Bible is to Christians and the Quran is to Muslims, this is how this book is to um, corporate strategists, exploring corporate strategy. The leading authorities on the subject of strategy are in this book Professor Henry Mintzberg, Canadian, and Professor Michael Porter, American. Now, of course, I have uh, one of the three actually, but the other one is somewhere. So I can easily lay hands on it. Competitive Advantage, Creating and Sustaining Superior Performance by Michael Porter. Competitive Strategy, Techniques for Analyzing Industries and Competitors, Michael Porter. Now, like I said, Professor Henry Mintzberg and Michael Porter are the two leading minds on the subject of corporate strategy. Now, there are other books here on strategy, of course, ancient, books, Heart of the Seduction, Power, Paradoxical Thinking, the strategy focused by Robert Kaplan and David Norton. It's also here. Now, these are the two books. Okay, so we have Turbo Strategy, but then let's focus on this. There's no military person from major who has gone to war college who does not know, who has not encountered The Art of War by Chinese legend, the mastermind of military warfare, Sun Tzu. No one who is a general or a soldier, an officer in the army who is worth his salt that does not know about him. Now, this is the book we'll be focusing on. It's written by retired U.S. Major General in the Air Force, William Cohen, The Art of the Strategist. And it talks about the 10 essential principles for leading your company to victory. It's ironical that this book was written by a retired U.S. Air Force man. So I'll be, this is my book. It's my book. I bought it, 2006. And like as it's the case with most of my books, I will read them and mark them out. you know, I will read and mark them out. Because I've read this book over and over again. It's the lessons, the nuggets in it have been so wonderful over the years. Now, um, like I said, what are the strategies? I want us to examine 7 strategies Iran is applying in the glare of the world, in stunning, with stunning success in the 10 days of this war so far. Number one, commit fully to a definite objective. So, what's the definite objective of Iran? The Iran has decided it must have, nuclear weapons, and it must be free from the overlordship of Israel backed by America. That's why they call America the Great Satan, and Israel and all of that. So Iran's major or definite objective is it must have nuclear weapons, and that's why I said head or tail, no matter what it takes, Iran will have nuclear weapons. It's not about if; it's only about when. The second definite strategy Iran is executing with such brilliance is economize to mass your resources. So Iran knows it cannot take on America and Israel in a head-on war in terms of military arsenal. So America has all these B bombers, F-35, F this and that, but so Iran does not have such resources, So it's using cheaper drones, cheaper ballistic missiles that could reach, its nearby neighbors where America has all these military bases. It's using cheaper boats, smaller and cheaper boats, as against American frigates and aircraft carriers and all of that. So that's another brilliant strategy Iran is deploying to great effect. The third is use strategic positioning. Now, Geopolitically, Iran is smack right in the Middle East, right in the midst of GCC countries, Gulf Council countries, a group of 8 countries: Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain. You may add Iraq to that mix. Now, why are these countries important? They are meant to be friends or neighbors, Muslim neighbors to Iran, but they are strategic partners or allies of America. So Iran knows it cannot hit, it cannot target militarily American homeland, far away, but it can actually target these neighboring countries where America has military bases. America has over 850 military bases all over the world. So most of these in the Middle East. So Iran can easily target this, and also target their infrastructure, crude oil infrastructure, thereby disrupting supply chain of crude oil and other whatever. Now, so that's another stunning and brilliantly executed strategy. The fourth one is do the unexpected. So nobody expected that Iran would target crude oil infrastructure in Kuwait, in Bahrain, even in Saudi Arabia, and all of that. They've done that. They've shut down the Strait of Hormuz. They're targeting crude oil bearing ships in the Gulf, and all of that. So those are I mean, brilliant strategy that Iran is executing. Um, the fifth one, yeah, I think the fifth one, keep things simple. Nothing complicated in what Iran is doing. But of course, if you don't know it, you don't know it. So the strategy is simple. Keep things simple. So even if you decapitate the leadership of the military and the Ayatollah, the spiritual leader, you kill their Hassan, Qasem Soleimani, their military leaders, they've decentralized, their military commanders to different units, to different states, different regions, such that each of them have powers and authority to act unilaterally to continue with the war to the last man. So keeping it simple. The next one, the sixth strategy is prepare simultaneous alternatives. Like I said, I mean they are using their proxies. Iran has proxies, military proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas, all over the place in Lebanon, in Syria, in Palestine, that they can activate and use to fight this war. I mean, the last one I'll talk about is the seventh one. Take the indirect route to your objective. So you can't guess next what Iran is going to do. So these are some seven strategies Iran is, executing so brilliantly in the glare of the world, and why I predict, with my last dollar, that this is a war America and Israel cannot win. Head or tail, Iran wins, because Iran, has prepared for this for 40 years. So, as I conclude now,